Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to your final session here of orientation and registration. Students, I hope you've had a good time today in terms of connecting with some fellow Tommies, meeting some people, getting your class registrations, etc., and just overall just getting some questions answered and feeling good about this next journey that you're going to be on here. My name is Aaron Mackey, and I serve as the Associate Dean of Students and the Director for Residence Life. I'm a Tommy student, so I did my undergrad, grad, and postgrad here a number of years ago, and then I've been serving in a variety of different staff and leadership roles here. I'm also a Tommy parent, so my oldest son is going to be a junior here at St. Thomas, and I've got a senior and sophomore in high school. So all these different questions and thoughts and emotions that you're going through, very familiar to me as well, too. And so I, like all the orientation leaders you met today, the faculty, the staff, we are all here just to provide information for you, to get your questions answered so that you feel really good about this next phase of your life here, moving onto campus and living and learning with us. So please utilize us over the summer too. Don't let anything go unanswered. These are some of the items that I'm going to cover in this session. I'll be pretty quick and efficient in going through these. They're all available on our website as well, residencelife.edu. But this is a chance for me to share them with you, and for you then as I'm going through it to be thinking of questions. So if you're thinking of it, chances are 10 other people are as well too, and we can do some Q&A at the end. I'll also hang around here at the end in case you got anything that's more personal in terms of circumstance that you want to talk with me about. So we've got about 1,500 of you that are going to be moving onto campus with us here in about 6 weeks. Another 100 of you will commute from home. That's the choice that they made, to live at home and to commute. If there's something over the summertime that has changed for you in terms of life circumstance and that becomes the best option for you, it is available. Just reach out and let us know. It's not too late. Otherwise, know that about 1,500 of you will be moving onto campus, living and learning with us over a 2-year period of time, and we're just thrilled about it. So we've got 4 first-year halls awaiting you, Brady, Dowling, Ireland, and Tommy North. These are newly renovated spaces. We do have a large class, so we're going to be utilizing expanded housing in Dowling and Brady, which is the lounges. We convert to resident rooms. We bring in furniture. We did it last year. It's common for schools that have big first-year classes. These are great spaces, so nothing to worry about, but again, I want to be just transparent about that. And then Murray Hall is also another hall we used to use for first-year students. It's suite style. We've been using it for second years, but we're going to be using some rooms in there too, just to make sure we get all of our first years on campus. I only bring up the second-year piece because as you get into this fall semester, you've got friends going different schools, different places. They might start talking about their second year, moving off campus, getting a space on campus. Some schools will do that in the fall. We don't start that process till the spring. So every year we get some questions in the fall. Am I missing something? Don't worry about it. You're not missing anything. Really enjoy that fall semester. As you get into the spring, we'll start communicating with you then about what that second year on campus looks like. In the first year, we make the assignment for you, so you give us lots of preference information, but we ultimately make the assignment. As you go into that second year, you'll make your own assignment, i.e. you go into a web-based system, you pick a hall, a room, roommates, and we just give you a little more autonomy in the process. So up until this point, our administrative team, myself, and our assignments team, and our first-year experience team have been working with you on your housing preferences, on your course preferences, getting you registered for classes, which you all did today. We're going to get you into your final housing assignment, which we'll let you know about here at the end of July, and then we'll kind of pass you off, if you will, to our live-in team, and you'll start hearing from them about middle of August through your St. Thomas email. We have community directors in all 4 of our live-in halls. These are adult master's level professionals who've been doing this for a number of years, and they're ultimately responsible for overseeing your experience while you're living on campus. So they will live in the hall with you, apartment on a ground level, but they oversee the RAs and the budget and the operations and really oversee your particular experience in that hall. The group of people that you'll be working most with or interacting most with from our team are our resident advisors. So these are RAs who are second, third, fourth-year students, student leaders on campus, paid positions. You can be one in the future too. Very well trained, and they're just a great resource for you. They'll be living in the actual community with you. So you're in a hall, on a room, in an area with 30 to 36 other residents, if you will. There will be an RA in that actual community that will be connecting with you. You're going to want a resource outside of a friend or a roommate or a classmate to go to. Being in community, living away from home, being in college is a new experience. It's going to bring all sorts of new opportunities and challenges your way, and having a student peer leader on campus that can be a resource for you is really helpful. Our residential connection team are paid student interns, again, something that you could be in that second, third, fourth year on campus if you want to be, and they're going to put on events that are hall-wide. So students, you heard today, I'm sure, about STAR and DAB and these groups that put on campus-wide events. We're going to have some things that are hall-wide as well. Within each residence hall are what we call community event boards, and these are for you. So 20, 25 students per hall tend to volunteer to do this. It's a volunteer position, kind of like a class council might be in high school, and it's a chance for you to get involved. I know you've been hearing all day about get involved and immerse yourself in the experience. So what does that look like? Well, in the residence halls, it could be one of our community event boards. It's a great way to get some resume building, some budget experience, some event planning, project management. You'll have an advisor, and it's also a great way to meet people. So you might be someone who's coming in with a whole flock of people that you kind of know and you're feeling really good about this. That's great. That's wonderful. Expand some of those networks that you know. You might be someone coming in knowing nobody and kind of worried and anxious about who am I going to meet, who's going to be a friend, what group am I going to fit in, who am I going to eat with, all these different things that you might be a little anxious about. Getting involved in something that's structured, so clubs and orgs, but that kind of takes a little bit as a first year to get into. These are a great way to get involved in something that's structured and just meet people, plan events. And so instead of someone else planning something that they think is fun for you, you go ahead and plan something that you and your friends or whatever else might want to do. So some opportunities and ways to get involved within the residence halls. So other than maybe going to a summer camp or something like that, at some time in your life, this is going to be your first experience, as it is going to be all of your first experiences, going away from home, 9 months, 1,500 people in 4 halls, living in community. It's going to be different, right? It's going to be a way that you're going to learn a lot about yourself, a lot about others. There's going to be some great times, and there's going to be challenging times. So just like your parents and your educators before me have all said to you over this time, right? Just go back to the basics about living in community. Think about the impact on others. Think about respect and kindness and being inclusive. Just like you're going to want someone to include you to a meal or to go out or to hang out or to be part of something, you do that for others as well too. Again, there's a lot of you here, and in order for all of us to have this sense of belonging to the campus and to the halls and to this experience, we all got to be in this together and take care of each other. We're going to be part of that, obviously, in some different things that we do. We call it the Tommy Advantage. You'll meet with your RA a couple times in the fall, a couple times in the spring. These are going to be structured meetings they'll put on your Outlook calendar, and they'll meet with you for 30 minutes. And it's their chance to get to know you a little bit better. What are some of your goals? What's going well? What's not going well? How's that roommate relationship going? How are classes going? Homesickness, all these different things that are going to be emotions that you're going to encounter, and they're going to meet with you to talk with you about that. Again, they've been through it. They have experience with it. It's also a chance for you to ask of them anything that you need to, things that you might not want to talk to your parents about or a roommate or a friend about, but things you still need to know to help your experience here on campus. We're also going to get you started on what we call roommate agreements. So after you get your roommate information at the end of July, in August, we're going to reach out to you and start having you fill this out. It's an online process. There's questions for you and your roommate to go through, to walk through, because whether you are coming with your best friend from high school or someone that you found on Facebook or we're matching up with someone, I guarantee you it's going to be a new experience for you. And so we want to help you ask the right questions. How's this relationship going to go? How are we going to use our room? How are we going to communicate? How are we going to resolve conflict, share items? An unhealthy roommate relationship starts to have a domino effect then on academics and the social piece and the mental health piece. And we see this, right? And so we want to help you have a good, healthy relationship, and that's us along the way. It also gives us a baseline for if things start to go wrong. There are no new roommates out there. So if things go south in that roommate relationship, there's not another roommate just waiting for you in another room. This is your roommate for the year. So we got to figure out a way to make this work. And usually through good communication, some mediation with us and our team, that's not a problem to do. But if things build and they linger and you don't communicate, or you're just Snapchatting each other or sending tweets or whatever else, yeah, nothing's going to go away. So sometimes we just have to meet it face-to-face, and we'll work with you on that. Community meetings and community communication is our way of giving you really good information along the way to make sure you're on track. Information does not go home to parents when you're in college. Professors are very different than high school teachers. There's no one kind of along the way shoulder tapping you on all these things that you need to keep track of. You're going to get emails, you're going to get stuff on Canvas and stuff in TommyLink, but you really need to be autonomous in terms of your experience here on campus. But we don't want to leave you alone to do that. So we're part of that journey with you on a monthly basis. We'll get you together with your community. It's a chance for you to meet all the people you're living with too and build some camaraderie, but it's a chance for us too to talk about what are some deadlines, what are some expectations, some tasks that you should be on top of so that you're getting that good information and we're helping you along the way. Students today, I'm sure you heard of TommyLink. Parents just did. This is an online app that we're using as a university to communicate to you about all the different events. So some of these are curricular, things you're going to need to do to fulfill curricular requirements in terms of credits. Some of them are co-curricular and extracurricular, things to go to, again, just to build relationships, develop a connection to campus, the Twin Cities, etc. Some of those are going to be campus-wide, and we'll also put hall-wide things on there too, so just make sure you're checking that TommyLink. And then the data tells us that some of you, many of you, will be involved in student conduct at some point in time, particularly in your first year with us. Sometimes that's just about decisions that you know you're making that are breaking rules. It's fine, you know you're making it, we have a conversation, we work on not doing it again. Oftentimes, though, there's something else going on. Again, it might be homesickness, it might be depression, it might be different things that are going on that's causing some of those behaviors, and we want to get on top of it early. This is a significant investment you're making. You don't need me to tell you that, right? You know how big of an investment this is. So we want to make sure that we're protecting that investment and helping you make good, positive choices along the way, and conduct is one way that we do that. It's not punitive, it's about learning. Parents heard about this earlier from some of my colleagues in the administration in terms of how we provide care and support. Students, I want to make sure you know about this too, because there's two pieces to this. So one is you coming to us early. Again, I mentioned earlier, don't let things build. There will be challenges in going off to college and living in community, and it's okay. You're going to overcome those, but don't let them build, and you don't always have to go them alone. Reach out to an RA, a hall director, your advisor, whoever it might be, and get on it early. Fall semester is gone in the blink of an eye, particularly from your midterms that are 6-7 weeks in to the end of the semester. And if you let things build before you know it, you're one semester in and you're trying to unravel a lot of mistakes. Don't do that. Don't let things build come to us. The other part of it is that we're on this journey with you and we're going to be paying attention. So faculty do take attendance. They do let us know if there's some chronic absenteeism. We do get midterm grades. If we see some D's and some F's on those midterms, we're going to reach out and connect with you. I tell every class this. College is a time. It's not unique to St. Thomas. This is the case across the country. First-year students in their first semester will likely see grades they've never seen in their lives. It's just what happens. There's a lot of newness to all of this. College is different than high school. Some of you are going to deal with that fantastically. You're going to overcome it. It's not a big deal. Some of you are going to have a real hard time with it. We're here, we're going to be paying attention, we'll meet with you, we'll connect with you. There might be just easy adjustments, but there might be bigger things going on that we want to get at and we want to tackle. So again, come to us early, and then we're with you on this journey, and we'll be paying attention along the way too. Some logistics of some operations. We've got housing assignments that will come out at the end of July. So last orientation, I think, is the 24th. We'll try and get those assignments out in an email to you, so your St. Thomas email on that 25th, 26th. It will have your hall, your room, so room number, and your roommate information and contact information. If you are in one of our LLCs, you already know your hall because we assign the hall to the LLC. If you're a TBLC student, it's going to be one of those 4, maybe 5 if it's Murray too. But you'll get your room and you'll get roommate information. About half of you put in a roommate request, which is great. Again, someone that you met or connected and put in a request. It is likely we'll be able to honor all these requests. If there's some reason why we can't, class schedules, other kind of conflicts, we'll reach out to you and let you know. Otherwise, we'll be able to honor those. For the other half of you, you said, hey, I'm filling out a housing preference form, I'm answering some questions, and then we'll go ahead and match you with someone that kind of lines up with those questions best. So whatever way that might be, you'll get all that information in that assignment email. Shortly after that, we're going to be sending you more information, and this is what we need you then to take action on, because this is when you're going to actually sign up to move on to campus. And there's 2 sign-ups. One is optional, one is mandatory. The optional one is what we call item drop-off days. So started this a number of years ago. I've got great feedback on it. Parents particularly like it. Think of it as kind of a dry run at move-in. So it's Saturday and Sunday. So the official ones are during the week. This is a Saturday and Sunday, so that sometimes helps family logistics as well. You sign up for a 2-hour kind of window of time, morning or afternoon, on either that Saturday or Sunday. You come to campus, and you got 30 minutes to do whatever you need in terms of moving stuff into the room. You can bring everything, students, and just save a backpack for a couple days later when you go to move in. You can bring hardly anything. You can bring just some electronics. You can just go and just see the room, see what it's like, go shopping, come back a couple days later. It's for you to use however you want to. I do encourage you to take advantage of it. Are you bringing too much? Are you bringing too little? Are you and your roommate bringing some things that you should be sharing and one of you can take it back? These rooms are good size, but they're not huge, right? So 2 people living in them takes up space. So it's just a good dry run at it. Again, what do you have plugs for? Do you need some smart strips? How will things fit? If you're thinking of furniture, we provide it all. If you're thinking of a futon, they take up lots of space. Hard to get in, hard to get out, but I know some people like them. You're going to want to take a look at it. Otherwise, I would recommend kind of individual chairs. The bean bags, the comfy pillow top kind of chairs that are foldable, things, students, that you can be flexible with in your room and move around, and that doesn't cause a lot of pain when you're moving in and moving out. So some things to take a look at. So that's item drop-off, optional, not required. The required is what we call official move-in then. So if you're an LLC student, that's Tuesday, August 29th. That is your day. You'll sign up for a time slot. This is a little different. You're not actually parking for 30 minutes. It's kind of like a conveyor belt system. You'll pull up to a location. You unload the vehicle. Student and friend, family, whatever, will take the items up to the room. Again, this might be a backpack because you brought everything the weekend before. It might be everything. It's completely up to you. Driver of vehicle then drives to South Campus to the Anderson parking facility, likely where you parked today, and then you can come back and join you in the room if you want to. But we got a lot of you to get through, so half of you in the LLC, half of you the next day in the TBLC, and we want to make sure we do that in an efficient way for all of you as parents and students. So again, then Wednesday the 30th, it's going to be our TBLC students, same process. If you're in an LLC, on that day, you'll be with your particular living learning community. So with your faculty and your classmates, and we're going to be engaging in activities on that day with your LLC. Some of that stuff's going off campus, some of it's on campus, but you're kind of starting to immerse yourself at that point. TBLC moves in Wednesday, and then whenever your move-in is, starts your fall welcome days. Fall welcome days are basically an extension of orientation. So we have you here today to get you registered and to start kind of that acclimation process. Fall welcome days are really where we immerse you. So it's a week before classes. You're here, you're staying overnight. It's required, so plan to be here. You're now with Tommy, you're on campus. There's different things that are kind of learning-based events about being successful in college, and there's a lot of stuff that's really connection-based. Meeting people, where's my classes, how do I get around campus, the Twin Cities, excursions, different things like that, and really just trying to build some camaraderie with you as a first-year cohort. If you are a fall sports student athlete, or you're part of like a pre-early arrival program, some of our scholarship programs, an innovation program, whatever else, and you sign up for those things, we'll communicate with you separately about your day, your time, your process. But for the other 98% of you, it's going to be that Tuesday or that Wednesday. Again, on our website, residencelife.edu, under Move-In, we have a list of what to bring. It's not all-inclusive, but what to bring, and then what not to bring. So living in community, there's some things that you can't bring into the halls, into the residence room, so take a look at that. Think minimally. Think efficiently about move-in. Suitcases with wheels, your own cart, a dolly. Yes, we're going to have some what we call Tommy move-in crew. This is second, third, fourth-year students who volunteer to help. But there are not as many of them as there are of you. So when you pull up for that day or whatever else, they may be available, they may not. So plan efficiently in terms of how you'll get your items into the hall. Again, these are good-sized rooms, students, but they're also resident rooms, and there's a couple of you in there, so not everything from home is going to fit. Think minimally. You will also accumulate as the year goes on. You're going to get T-shirts and hats and clothes, and you're going to buy stuff, and you're going to go shop, and you're going to accumulate stuff, so you don't have to bring everything right away. Coordinate with your roommate. Again, some things you're going to want to share. You don't need each to have all of your own stuff. Think about what that might be. It might be electronics, it might be a TV, it might be a fridge, whatever it is. Talk with your roommate and coordinate some of those items. We do have a sustainability strategic plan here at St. Thomas. There's a guide to sustainable living on our website. We just ask that you take a look at it. It doesn't sacrifice any amenities or anything like that, but there's some good, smart choices we can all make to help us along on that path. If you're thinking of decorating your room, which we encourage you to do, make this home. No holiday lights, string lights, rope lights, things that are tacking to the wall in terms of sticky tape. If you like color in your room, get a lamp and a colored light bulb. I know that's a thing. And that's okay, but don't tap it to the wall. It tears up the wall and wrecks it. If you want to hang up some posters or some different things like that, that's great. The good old-fashioned tack push pins or a painter's tape, blue, green painter's tape. Try and stay away from the double-sided tapes, the hook strips. We used to recommend those, but there's just too much user error on them, and they tear down walls. So just some push pins and some painter's tape if you want to decorate your walls. There is some vendor information also on our website. It's college-specific kind of vendor information. Colleges use it. I think it can be helpful for you. I would encourage you to take a look. The one is, it's a mini fridge, but it's a fridge bolted on top as a little freezer, and then bolted on top of that is a microwave. It's one unit, all bolted together, one cord, one outlet, which is pretty valuable in a room. It's rentable, so you can rent it from this company called Badloff.com, Collegiate Marketing Incorporated. They will have it in your room when you move in, and then you clean it at the end of the year, and they will take it out of your room when you move out. So no purchasing, no loading it in a car, no carrying it upstairs, no trying to transport it. It is rentable, but it's a really slick unit because it's got fridge, freezer, and microwave. Students, I know you're going to be on an unlimited meal plan, food all the time, food anywhere. However, I also know the early mornings, the afternoons, the snacks, the things that you just like and enjoy that you're going to want to have, students do. This is a really good way to do that without having to make a purchase. So that's one. The second one is called Dormify. Again, this is on our website. If you're looking for room decor, sheets, pillows, linens, rugs, things that can go on your loft, things that are really specific to a college resident room. This company provides this to hundreds of universities across the country. Take a look at it. Most of our large retailers now have moved some kind of section in their stores that are dedicated to college, unlike the old days. They got sections for it now, so it's not as urgent. But take a look at it. If it's something you're interested in, go ahead and purchase through them. And then the third one, this is something parents are typically more interested in. It's renter's insurance. I just encourage you to check with your homeowners. Does it cover your student going away to college with their personal belongings? If things happen, and things tend to happen in a living environment like this, power outages, power surges, water leaks, you unplug something that you didn't mean to, a number of things might happen. We're going to direct you back to your insurance, so take a look at your homeowners. If you want renters, there's a company out there that provides it too. Again, none of this stuff is required. It's all just good, helpful information that we think is good for you as you're going off to college. Now, as I went through that, I said I kind of go pretty efficiently through it, covered lots of ground. Are there questions that came to mind out there that would be good for a large group to do a little Q&A on? And if not, that is fine too. I will be available here in person if you have some specific questions. Otherwise, I'll leave you with Tommies. We're really looking forward to this. Enjoy your summer. There's no other summer like after your senior year. I know they've all told you that. Get ready for school, and we'll see you in about 6 weeks when you move on to campus. Thank you, everyone.